check it out. What you do is you go up this ramp and you go, "Ah!" and you fall into that pool of water. So it kind of goes, "Choo," and you get launched out over here. You fall into this pool of water, but don't worry, I'm not actually going to have you solve that one. Why? Because I made you solve that last month or last term. So you don't have to worry about that. And then you go off and chase your canoe. And do you ever catch it? Well, the answer is yes. Yes, you do end up catching it. Um, and so here's what you do. You're on your canoe, and as you're going forward, let me turn around. Okay, that's it's a little hard to navigate. There we go. As you're going forward, this is what you see. You see a little island with a palm tree on it, and a bunch of sharks all over the place. Which is lucky that you caught your canoe at that point. You know what I mean? Um, and you see somebody on top of that island right there. And so what you end up doing, this is somebody, that's the backside of them. Um, you end up like attaching a rope to this tree by, I don't know, use a lasso or whatever you do. I have no idea. Maybe a grappling hook or something, because you're a ninja, and you want to rescue this person down here, this girl. And this doesn't necessarily mean this is a guy. It could be a girl. I just, drew a little pink figure to make sure that you guys know where that person is. And what you do is you swing down, and then you like, as you swing down to the bottom, you like stick out your arm and you grab onto that person, and then you use the rest of your energy to kind of swing up, and hopefully you'll make it to the edge of this cliff where you can grab on to it and then rescue this person from the man-eating sharks or woman-eating sharks. But, I mean, yeah, we're even gender here. Um, so I got a question for you. Just curious to know, do you think you're gonna make it?
Uh, no, I don't think so.
Why not?
I think last time we solved it has to be like 2.5 times the time.
Oh, no. What you're talking about is if you wanted to make it into a full loop de loop.
Oh, into a full circle.
Yeah, you don't want to go in a
No.
full circle here. You just want to go catch this person and get up to that edge of the cliff. Are you gonna make it?
I can't tell. I think so.
Maybe. I don't think so. That looks kind of high to get to. You know what I mean?
Especially because we have another person above.
Especially if you're carrying another person. So anyway, here's what my question is. All right, what the question is actually asking is, I'm going to break all of this motion into a smaller pieces, um, and you can go through the entire problem and see how it works. And I'll explain to you what I mean by each of these pieces. But this is pretty much what the picture looks like. Let's check out the thing right here. So here's your mission, and you see somebody and you collide into the girl and you hold on to her, and list three of the variables that are involved with your speed. All right, so this is before you collide. This is when you're in the falling mode right here. So before you collide, there's three of the variables of what affects your speed at any given point in time and explain why. And you can explain them conceptually to me. Cool? How does your
Mm-hmm.
mass affect your speed at any given point in time? If you're fatter, does it mean you're going to go faster? If you're not as fat, it means you're going to go slower. What's your
It,
thoughts? Don't tell me the answer because if you tell me the answer on this recording, then I can't use the recording for the YouTube video. Whatever. So, um, at what point during your swing will your speed be the greatest? Um, and then before you collide with the girl, let's look at the specific angle that your rope makes, and we'll go. Okay, so here's the tree, and here's your rope, and if you were named Tarzan, then this would be Jane down here. And the rope is, I think I told you that it was like 8 feet long. Let's just call it L or R. You can call it R if you want.
R stands for probably radius, which is, it's circles, and that's kind of what we're doing with her. And you swing down, like, Tarzan style. But we're looking at a very specific angle that you're at right now, where you have theta equals 30 degrees. Does that sound cool? All right, so here's my question: Is draw a free body diagram of you at this point right here when theta equals 30 degrees. That's achievement.
And they're like, that's not so hard. And I said, yes, that's not so hard. That's why it's an achievement part. But then I ask you, all right, and I think in the
achievement with merit, I asked you, okay, so after you drew your free body diagram, here's what I want to do. Using energy, calculate the speed that you're moving at this. You know what? I don't want that one. I want what is?
Oh, okay. All right.
Here we go.
Calculate. I should do that. Not the lowest. Calculate the numerical value of your speed when your rope makes an angle. There we go.
Calculate your speed that you're moving at when the rope makes an angle of 30 degrees. Cool? And use numbers. And I said that you can skip this if you want to, because you can always do it in just variables, which is what I would consider excellence. So if you want to do it in all variables, then if you want to do it in all variables, then you can skip the numbers part. Because then if you do it in variables, you've shown me that you understand how to do this problem. Does that kind of make sense? And then let's see. What is the tension in the rope when your rope makes an angle of 30 degrees with the horizontal? That's an academic with excellence. Cool. And then after that, you collide with the girl and you kind of pick her up. And so here's my question: is this type of momentum, or is this type of collision, is momentum conserved? What is this type of collision called? And then I ask you, well, how fast will you be going after? How fast will you be going after you actually end up colliding with her? And after you collide with her, how high above the ground will you get?
You know what I should say is, how fast will you be moving right after you collide with a girl?
And then,
how high will you get after you're moving that speed? We cool? And then
here's the part that's a little confusing. So you're trying to rescue this girl, right? And so this is now you and the girl, and you guys are in red. That's you, that's the girl, and the rope is over here. And you want to get to the height cliff bridge, right? And the problem is you're going to go up, down, you might not have enough speed to get there. You're going to be like, snap. And you guys can go down, and then be eaten by the 980 sharks eventually, right? So, what do you do?
what would you do?
I wouldn't rescue the girl.
You wouldn't rescue the girl. Yeah, but then you're on a canoe that's full of man-eating sharks, so. Therein lies a problem, my friend. Would you seriously? You would like?
You're on a canoe and you just get off the canoe anyway. So you lasso the tree and swing down and just be like, see ya. And then like just go straight over there.
Well, because she would slow me down, so.
I see. So, sorry, you're dead.
You would slow me down. That's why. Wow. You're not a friend.
Not when I'm
In all seriousness.
No. Like rescue the person, man. All right. Here's what I would do. I would give myself an extra little umph when I get off that thing. How would I do that? I would use my legs.
And I would kind of, I wouldn't just swing off this thing. I would probably
Put my feet up against the boom. I think
that's what it's called, or the mast of my canoe,
and push off of that thing.
I would kind of like jump off of it.
So I replicate
Replicate that by saying, okay, that would give me a little bit extra speed right here, and I'll be able to maybe hopefully make it up to this height H2. Does that make sense? But in order to get that extra speed, I would need,
to use my knees and my legs and that kind of stuff. But I say,
okay, let's simplify that. And let's say you have like springy bits. So there's like a spring here. I usually do a zigzag line with this way. And that spring kind of pushes you off.
So then you'd have spring energy.
So you have spring.
Don't say the answer or anything, but I mean, yeah, you would have some kind of extra energy that you would need in order to get to there and be faster and then collide with the person and be able to make it up to H2. So I tell you what the distance x the spring is compressed because the spring is inside your shoes. Maybe you have like high heels on. Or if you're a guy with high heels, it'd be a little weird. But then again, if you're some Hawaiian dude with high heels, like swimming in the water to catch a canoe with springs inside your high heels, that'd be really weird. So, it's fine. But yeah, it's compressed distance x. My question is, what is K such that it will allow you to make it up to height H2? You know what I mean?
And that's where I drew the picture like I've made it. So it doesn't actually look like you actually make it because you don't. You need this little extra spring to go, pew, and it shoots you down, and then you catch this person, and then you go up here, and then you make it to the very top, and then you save the girl, and
Everybody's happy.
and then everyone's happy. And actually, where does all of this stuff come from? Because this is craziness. Well, it kind of comes from this is a
part of the story of the book that I'm writing for you guys for the physics class.
You like it? All right.
Yeah.
Do you have any questions about what is going on?
How am I going to use this in real life?
How are you going to use this in real life? I love that question. Let me take about a minute to answer that.
Always love that question.
No, I do. I was actually, you know what? Yesterday I was talking to Mr. Derek Lord, and
He's the IT person at our school.
right, he's a really cool guy, and he was showing me some physics, like engines and all of that kind of stuff, and he showed me
this one where you can actually take this block.
and drop it on different objects. So I said, dude, make a giant sphere and drop a block on top of that one. And he did.
And it was like, so what? And I was like, oh my god, I'm so excited about that. That's so cool.
And so I showed him that one problem that I solved with you guys about the sphere and the block. You know what I mean? I showed that to him. I went through and I worked that problem through with him.
Like, he didn't understand it because he actually never took physics. He's an IT computer guy, but he never took physics. But I showed him, okay, this is the equations, this is what they mean, here's what energy means, here's the circular motion, and all of these components, this is what I would do, here's how to solve the algebra, and all of that kind of stuff. And you know what blew his mind was not the answer, nor was it the, the physics. What blew his mind was that he could follow along with what I was saying because he's a computer programmer, and all of the steps that we're doing is logical. So what I'm arguing is that I am teaching you how to think logically.
And that is a
Skill, my friend, that you will carry with you wherever you go.
That is how you're going to use it.
In your life. I'm teaching you to think with your brain.